Okay, let's dive right in. We're going to decode a silent language that, let's be honest, we've all encountered. Those super subtle signals people send when they secretly don't like you. It's a language of actions, not words, and by the end of this, you're going to know exactly how to read it. So, what's the real problem here? It's that giant gap between the friendly smile on the surface and what's actually going on underneath. It's the hidden story playing out in the background of our interactions, the one people almost never say out loud. Let's just start with an uncomfortable truth. Most people are not going to walk up to you and say, "Hey, I don't like you." We're all taught to be polite, to avoid confrontation, so they just won't say it to your face. In fact, they'll usually do the exact opposite. They'll smile, they'll ask how your day was, they'll keep up this friendly front. And that is precisely what makes it all so confusing, right? It leaves you with that weird, unsettled feeling, but you can't quite put your finger on why. But here's the kicker. Their behavior, their body language, their energy, all those little subtle actions, that's where the truth is hiding. That behavior tells a story that their words are working so hard to cover up. So, let's put on our social detective hats for a minute. We're going to start by decoding their actions, looking for the first 3 major clues that reveal what's really going on beneath that polite surface. The very first sign is all about their energy. And I'm not talking about them just having a bad day. I mean their entire vibe shifts the second you walk into the room. It's like a selective kind of emotion. You've seen this, right? With other people, they're laughing, they're engaged, their body language is open. But the moment they turn to you, it's like a light switch just flips off. The conversation gets quiet, dry, and they physically close themselves off. Your presence is the one thing that changed the whole equation. All right, clue number 2 is all about those low-effort conversations. You ask them a real question or you share something you're excited about, and you just get hit with a conversational brick wall. Yeah? Okay. Nice. There are no questions back, no curiosity, nothing. And this is the core equation you really need to remember. Low effort equals low interest. It's that simple. Think about it. We spend our energy like currency, right? We spend it on the people and things we value. So if someone is consistently giving you nothing, well, that's telling you everything you need to know. Oof, this one can really sting. You share some good news. You got a promotion, you hit a personal goal, and instead of getting excitement back, you get silence. Or they just immediately change the subject. See, someone who genuinely likes you is happy for you, but someone who secretly resents you often sees your success as a threat. And here's exactly what that can look like. They might instantly pivot the conversation back to themselves. They might try to downplay your achievement, saying something like, "Oh, anyone could do that." Or you get that dead, flat, dismissive cool that just sucks all the excitement right out of your moment. Okay, we've looked at their actions. Now let's see how this stuff shows up in what they actually say. We're gonna unmask their words. Now, these clues can be a little sneakier, but they are just as telling. The art of the disguised insult. They'll wrap up a criticism in something that sounds like a joke, or maybe even a compliment. It gives them plausible deniability, you know? But you still feel that sting. Take this for example. On the surface, it sounds like they're calling you smart, but that one little word actually does all the heavy lifting. It implies that their default assumption about you was, well, the opposite. And here's another classic. The praise for doing well is totally canceled out by the admission that they had really low expectations for you to begin with. The rule of thumb is simple. If a compliment makes you feel weird or bad, it's probably not a real compliment. Now, this one is one of the most confusing signals you can get. One minute, they're copying your style, your ideas, even the phrases you use. The next minute, they're criticizing you for those very same things. Let's be really clear. This is not admiration. It's a toxic cocktail of jealousy and resentment. They want what you have, but they hate you for having it. For these last 2 clues, we're going to turn the focus inward. Because sometimes the biggest piece of evidence isn't what they say or do, but how they make you feel. It is time to start trusting your own internal alarm system. Pay really close attention how they react when you make a small mistake. Do they laugh a little too long or a little too loudly? Do they have a habit of bringing up your past failures, maybe trying to disguise it as a joke? Look, someone who respects you will help you protect your dignity. Someone who dislikes you will quietly get a kick out of your discomfort. And this one, honestly, is the most important sign of all. Your body is this brilliant pattern recognition machine. Long before your conscious mind connects all the dots, your intuition, your gut, it sends up a flare. That weird, tense feeling you get when you're around them, that's not just you being sensitive. That's data. And this is the key takeaway here. Social interactions with people who support you should be energizing, or at the very least, neutral. But if you consistently leave a conversation with someone feeling exhausted, depleted, or on edge, you have to listen to that. That feeling is your intuition screaming that something is wrong. Okay, so you've gathered the clues, you've seen the signs, and the verdict is in. So what do you do now? This is not about confrontation, it's about self-respect. And here is a simple, drama-free playbook to follow. This strategy is actually pretty elegant. First, don't start a fight by confronting them, and definitely don't chase their approval. That just gives away all your power. Second, quietly reduce their access to you. You don't need a big announcement, just become a little less available. And finally, and this is the best part, redirect that valuable time and energy towards the people who actually support you and celebrate you. Because ultimately, decoding all these signals isn't just about avoiding a few difficult people. It's about adopting a brand new, much more powerful philosophy for how you navigate your entire social world. So, what's the real end game here? Is it to finally win them over and make them like you? No, absolutely not. This right here is the fundamental mindset shift. Chasing likability makes you weak. It forces you to constantly change who you are to fit other people's expectations. But commanding respect through your actions, your boundaries, and just how you carry yourself, that's where true power is. And that is the final thought I want to leave you with. People who respect themselves don't waste their energy trying to convince others of their worth. They simply invest their time with those who already see it. They don't beg for a seat at the table. They go and build their own.